when his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, before they came together.
Before they came together. A Christian would take that and be like, oh, they never laid down together, and then Jesus was birthed from an angel. No, that's talking about before they came together in a marriage, before they came together in the marriage ceremony.
Shake him down, we go at it till about 4 or 5 o'clock. Warfare, got my gear, I'm prepared for the op.
And the descendants of Israel are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. How you doing, my brother? Hey, I'm Low Science. Check out this sign right here. Come around front, come around. You believe in the Bible, my brother?
That's us.
You said what?
I believe that's us.
That's us? What is our skin color? What do you mean by that? Okay, so you would consider yourself a black man?
Yeah.
Okay, where do you read about black men inside of this Bible? Okay, let me show you the most famous black man to ever walk this earth. Let's get that. Oh, you ready there? Read verse 1.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
Because, my brother, I'm gonna be honest with you, this world has been feeding us lies since we were birthed here. Since we were brought here on slave ships, we've been seeing lies because what? Our people, like you just said right now, you can't envision or imagine any imagery in here of black men, of black people. They taught us this is a white man's book, given this image right here. When people think of Jesus, this is who they think about. Because what? They have successfully deceived the world. And that's why I asked you, if you could think of any black men in this Bible, it's hard for you to come up with some. But I'm gonna show you today, my brother, you were right, what you first said. This is the black man's book. This is not everybody's book. Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So revelation, the root word of it means to reveal, right? The first verse of the book of Revelation means, it says, let this pass by. It says read that again.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
It's saying the great revealing of Jesus Christ. Right? That's the first verse of the book of Revelations. Why do you believe there needs to be a great revealing of Jesus? Because the entire world believes he's a white man.
That's right.
The entire world believes. You go to Africa, ask who's Jesus Christ, they're gonna point to that white man. You go to South America, you ask who's Jesus Christ, they're gonna point to a white man. Why? Because they're trying to take away his true purpose. Let's get what he looks like.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So the Bible gave a description. The hairs on his head was white in color and woolly in texture. Who has woolly textured hair? We do.
Right.
That is not
I
something.
saw in my dream when I was like 6 years old. That person.
Right here.
Yeah.
The black Messiah. We have a better depiction right over there, my brother. This right here, this is who you need. When you want to pray to your God, when you want to worship him, this is the image you need to be picturing in your mind.
What's the real name?
I'll get that for you, my brother. But first, I want to paint you the picture of your God. Because if you close your eyes, you're in that hard time, and you're praying to him, you're actually praying to the devil.
That's right.
That's who they taught us to pray to, the devil. Right? Read that.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. How you doing, my brother? Point to Jesus Christ. Point to, right here? That's right, my brother. You know, hey, how you doing, little man? Hey, you know who Jesus Christ is? How you doing? You know who Jesus Christ is? Come point to Jesus Christ over here. Which one's Jesus Christ? Which one? You know which one Jesus Christ is? Go ahead, pick him. Boom.
That's what he was taught.
That's how we all representation of that right there. When we came out of this right here,
That's crazy.
this is a result of that. Hundreds of years of destruction, rapes, robs, murdering of our men, women, and children. So what? So now our young men, our young children, we're out here believing in a white savior.
That's what Deuteronomy talks about in the Bible.
Oh yeah, we don't get that. Before we get to our nationality, let me show you our imagery, because you already pointed it out, my brother. All right? Read that.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
It was white like wool. Similar to, they call it kinky, they call it nappy. That's how our hair is, my brother. Read.
As white as snow.
It was a white color. As we age, our hairs tend to turn gray, right? So Christ had a full head of white hair, and his beard was white. Come on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And the white part of his eyes had a red tint. Come on.
And his feet,
So he's looking at the tops of Christ's feet, right? Read on.
like unto fine brass.
Like unto fine brass. Brass, it's like a penny. It's close to a penny, right? But it could be a light brown or it could be a dark brown. Let's see what shade is Jesus the Christ, the most famous man ever. Read.
As if,
You take that brown penny,
as if they burned in a
you
furnace.
take that brown penny and you burn it, what color is it? Black. Jesus Christ is a dark-skinned black man. So if he was walking this earth today, what would they call him? They would call him a Negro. They would call him an African American. They would call him black. All the things that we get called today, that's what they will be calling the most famous man. So why do you think they changed the image? Matthew 1:21. And then I'm gonna get to these images, these gruesome images they done to us. Read that.
Matthew chapter 1 and verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus.
We're reading about the true Jesus, the black Messiah. Come on.
For he shall save his people.
He is only going to save his people.
That's a question. I have a question. Okay, like, did Mary really have a baby? Like, did God really do, or did she have sex with Joseph?
Okay. Right, let's get that. So let's get Matthew 1 and 8:16.
I'm on lunch break.
I got you. So in actuality, Christ, he's descended. Let's get the quick precept. Hebrews 2:16. So before, I know you said you're on a lunch break. So what actually happened? Yes, Joseph and Mary laid down together. All right, because it's prophesied that Christ will come through the seed, through the sperm of David, the lineage of David. All right, so I'm gonna show you this real quick. Read this.
Hebrews chapter 2 verse 16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels.
The nature of angels is like celestial beings, right? We're reading about Jesus Christ. He took not on him the nature of angels. Read.
But he took on him the seed of Abraham.
He took on him what?
The seed of Abraham.
Read that again.
He took on him the seed of Abraham.
He took on him the seed of Abraham. So that's showing you right there that he's from the seed of man, right? But let's get Matthew 1:16. Because a Christian would try to pull this and confuse you. All right? Read this.
Matthew chapter 1 verse 16. And Jacob begot Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus.
So that was his father. Who was born Jesus? Read.
Who is called Christ. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations.
Jump to verse 18.
Now the birth of Jesus Christ was on this wise, when as his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph.
So what's going on right here? She was espoused to Joseph. She was promised. So two men, if you had a daughter, right, and I had a young son, right, and we as men, we came and agreed like, okay, I want my son to marry your daughter. That's an espousal. They're technically married, but the ceremony didn't quite happen yet. All right, read that part again.
When his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, before they came together.
It says before they came together. A Christian would take that and be like, oh, they never laid down together, and then Jesus was birthed from an angel. No, that's talking about before they came together in a marriage, before they came together in the marriage ceremony. Get Toby real quick. Let me explain, because there's a process, all right? So when people get married, right, there's a form, there's an instrument of covenants that gets written, and then what? They have a marriage ceremony, right? I think it's Tobit. You got what I need? All right, read that.
The book of Tobit, chapter 7 and verse 14. And called Edna his wife, and took paper.
And so he called Edna his wife. He's saying these are two parents right here, right? He grabbed his wife and then got paper, right? Come on.
And did write an instrument of covenants and sealed it.
This all, what happened with them took place before they got their marriage papers. Because what? As a nation, right? We wasn't just doing things without a whim. We had records of things. So if we had like a city hall here, there's a city hall here who has records of marriage, different types of things like that. So they had to make a record of marriage before it happened. So that's what was going on when it says before they came together. That's what happened. They didn't have their marriage ceremony. All right, keep on.
Then they began to eat. After Raguel called his wife Edna and said unto her, Sister, prepare another chamber.
Prepare a what?
Another chamber, and bring her in thither.
So then after the wedding, there'll be a marriage chamber. So that was the official way to come to bring a woman and a man together in marriage. all right? But that didn't happen with Christ, with Joseph and Mary. That's what it's talking about in Matthew 1 and 16. You understand that, my brother? You understand that?
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.